Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome you to Creative Bold Vanguard SA. Well, it is good to be with you once again. It is a warm afternoon, where I want to extend my heartfelt greetings to everyone who's watching us this afternoon. But I just want to explain what does Creative Bold Vanguard SA mean to everyone, because sometimes we've been seeing these powerful terms which we don't even know what they mean. But let me just say this: it means it is an unapologetic but creative platform where we deal with tough matters that are facing the state and matters which are facing the community in all aspects of life. So I think that would explain our show today, where we are at an undisclosed place. But before I do that, I am still today, once again, and boldly and happily to say so, I am with Mr. Musa Gumbi. How are you, sir?
I'm fine, sir. Thank you. How are you?
I am great.
Good.
You are most welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir. Though I won't muchly or maybe greatly disclose where we are, but like I said on a previous show, Mr. Gumbi is a hard man to find. We had to track him down once again, just to talk about a couple of things which, honestly speaking, they are of concern, both nationally and in various communities, in terms of the topics that we spoke of. So allow me to really say thank you for giving us the time, sir. And going forward, Mr. Gumbi, if everything goes well, we are preparing. We are really preparing to have you more regularly on our show, because there's really so much to talk about and even so much to explain. So welcome again. I am really grateful that you also gave us time to come and explain some of the things here that we are of concern. Yeah. Now, right into the show. So, to be honest, I really like to understand some of the things that we've talked about. I want to ask you as an individual, sir. Have you spoken to any official, or have you spoken to any politicians, or have you spoken to any SAPS or government organs that are, or should I say security organs that would possibly verify what we are talking about here and say you really have true evidence to what we are talking about here? I'd really want to start off the show with that, because it's really about legitimizing everything that we are talking about in the show here, and getting the viewers to understand that what we talk about, you're not just coming here to the public. You've literally engaged with the government officials and legalities. Can you get into that?
Well, once again, I want to say thank you, viewers, for. Sorry for that. I'm sorry.
No,
I just need our audience to follow up.
Yeah.
Maybe say, I don't know if someone can assist me. Put this on TikTok.
Yeah.
So that the viewers can have it.
Yeah.
That one went off, I see.
Oh, okay.
Viewers has lost us.
Yeah.
So I would suggest
right.
that
The camera.
okay, well, or maybe we can just press that one to go live again. That one say it's active. That one.
Oh,
No, that
the
one,
third
yeah.
one. Yes, I see it. I see it.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's let's use that one. Sorry for the inconvenience once again. When you talk of a proud South African, you talk of people like us. When you belong to a country, you take it serious. It's your country. And secondly, there's no reason or purpose of trying to always, how do I say it? Turn it, kahle, ukuthi ibeke available. No, stand.
Turn it around. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is fine.
That's better.
That's better. Yeah.
Yeah. So, look, for me, like I said, once again, welcome viewers and thank you very much. It's, like I said, it's sad to be a citizen who knows the truth and who knows what is happening in your country and who believed in a government that promised you loyalty and in wanting to protect its citizens or its people.
Yeah.
You know, I did it clear before, and I said it before. I have spoken to the very reliable members of government, not only now because we are on this platform.
Yeah.
This is something that has been going on for years. You don't just get involved in being a source or an operative without legitimacy. Legitimacy is being well registered, well handled, well taken care.
Yes.
And well recognized. So 100% I have spoken to very serious officials and politicians with the situation in the country and for decades.
Yes.
Yeah.
You also mentioned in our last interview that you've been to Litulu House. That means you've spoken to high-level politicians who are capable to look at what you are saying and all your claims, and even probably say take it further. You know.
Once again, yes, I have spoken to a couple of ministers and active members of the Little House. Remember, as a fellow South African, we all came from the ANC. We all came from the, United Black Power.
Right.
That was achieved in 1994.
Right.
And all of us are the children of Black Power. And then, look, being a citizen and a South African, I found it important to report it to the Black Power House.
Yeah.
To Black Power House as its Little House, and also as the all portfolios of security in the country.
Yeah.
So yes, I have been to Little House.
Great. Look, I just want to put this as a disclaimer, because some of the information that you have as someone who's experienced as yourself, it's something that cannot just be disclosed to the public. Yeah? I just want to put that out there because we have information and we have proof of everything that you've done, which we will show to the public. However, some of them are just too sensitive, where we probably just need we would show it to the right people. You understand what I'm saying? Not just to the public, because it's just too sensitive just to show it to the public. I just wanted to put that out there because I do have a lot of questions, not just from my side, but from the public, people calling me outside the show, people writing to me saying, we need to ask you a few questions which would make you go deeper. But even if you would go deeper, some of the questions are really, you would answer them, but the proof you would probably need the correct departments or state organs which would better handle that. Am I correct by saying that?
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. Although I can say, for us to reach this platform where we are, it's because of trying to, interact with the system. When we talk of system, it's because we are not politically captured. We are also not choosing the level of crime in a country, because the level of this country is very organized and it's big. In a sense that if you are to point managers or ministers or generals or director generals in any portfolio of the government, that specific individual appointed for that portfolio must take accountability.
True that.
And then if they ignore people who come with solutions or being part of solutions, so definitely it means we have a problem of governance and leadership. It goes in many ways that if the safety of this country with its levels, you have SANDF, you have a Secret Service, which was NEA before. You have you have a national intelligence.
Yeah.
You have a counter. You have also SAPS as a visible police.
Yeah.
You have a NIU. You have a TRT. You know, you can name all the types of police we have. Then we even have a private sector security companies. So people like us, we try by all means to help where we can to the country, to the citizens.
Yes.
And the thing I can say to you is, I have sat with majority of the police.
Can I be direct with you?
Yes.
Have you spoken to, because some of the documents that I've noticed were during the time of Mr. Beki Kele, ne?
Yeah.
Have you spoken to Mr. Beki Kele or his office or maybe someone in his office?
You know, this thing, I think Beki Kele comes as the latest. Second latest.
Okay.
This thing started from the time of Jackie Slebi, the late Mr. Jackie Slebi.
Right.
I have operated, I have taken instructions, I've assisted. From the time of Jackie Slebi, you can remember, people could also wonder who was there, Thabo Mbeki.
Right.
With some operations I've done at the time, where, look, as a head of state and having an Interpol head, or a man who's called the National Commissioner of the Police and being appointed as an Interpol commander, in Africa here, it disturbed me, and it also became a concern that why they didn't take accountability from the time.
Yeah.
You know, because they were there to receive people like us.
Right.
That didn't happen. Escalated. People think I'm just talking names. I'm not abnormal to mention Ofikile Mbalula. Like, I met with him. You know, for me to meet him, I went to share very sensitive information with him.
Yeah.
You know, to my surprise, possibly because I don't know their divisions in the political structure.
Yeah.
I don't care what happens in a political office or in Little House.
Yeah.
But when you talk of the safety of the country, you talk of the nation, you talk of the people.
Yeah.
People who must be helped and protected.
Right.
And at the time that I spoke to these people, had action was sincerely taken seriously, the country wouldn't be where it is today.
Okay.
And the crime won't be the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you see, when you talk of that, it brings me to the fact that everything that we talk about in this podcast, we as much as you have all the documentation, as a concerned citizen, I would say, I would love to, to engage in in all legalities. I mean, in all maybe which I would have access to, and take all the documentation to. You understand? That is why I'm asking: have you done that? And if I do it, and how far can it go? Because I'm asking you as a concerned citizen. Because I mean, look, your claims say are so legitimate and are so scary and are so powerful. And yet my question is, why hasn't there been any action taken on all the documentation that you've put to the table? Why?
I'm going to make you laugh a bit.
Yes.
Remember I said I'm from Free State, Kroonstad, Mauking. And I mentioned that there was a ZAPO, PAC, and ANC, and there was a 3 million gang. And I mentioned that I was in primary school.
Yeah.
This gang was a very wild gang that would victimize our sisters, our mothers, and there was a bloodshed in Kroonstad. Anybody can just sit on their phone and Google the word 3 million gang in Kroonstad, Mauking. Listen, I'm saying again, 3 million gang from Kroonstad, Mauking.
3 million gang.
3 million gang.
That is the name.
That is the name of the
gang.
Yes, that's the name of the gang.
Right.
Now, in Kroonstad, we had, like I said, my grandfather, originally, he's from Mozambique. I want to explain something a little bit here.
Yeah.
originally, my grandfather is from Mozambique, married to a Xhosa woman from Eastern Cape. All right?
Yes.
And then my parents' mothers born in South Africa, being South African mothers and uncles and so forth. It happened that my grandfather had no this thing of saying this is from Nigeria, Cameroon, and so forth.
Yeah.
He was more of African. And the time when Mandela came out of prison, people were of black power.
Right.
And Africans had to unite because we had your AVB, AWB,
Right.
Terre Blanche.
Right.
We had your DuckTales gangs that were there. People who never loved black people, people who were of racism and apartheid by then.
Right.
If I can tell you, most of us from primary level, I think I was only 8 years in primary.
Right.
When these people took us in Kronstadt, there's white people when you walk in town. We are not allowed to walk into town after certain hours. But they caught us. Then they took us to an area called Brandbach. It's a colored area where Dennis Bloom come from. The Dennis Bloom who came from, what is this part of Msualukot? I'm just trying to give the people the understanding of the background.
Right.
You know?
Yes.
So these guys, when they took us, they went to beat us and they made us sodomize the ground. Those were white people. Those were white people who would take us as minor kids and make us to sleep with the floor. So with the ground. So that was a very horrific experience from a child, because if the law of today or the government of today protect children, it means we were not highly protected at the time of apartheid. We are not protected because they would sodomize us, they would make us sleep with the ground, and the anger grows from there. For me to change my character from being ordinary young primary child to become a gangster. I don't know if you understand me. So I then thought, these guys, they were always wearing duke. I'm a duke. They used to wear dukes. And when they feel like they want to attack anybody in community, you'll hear them with a whistle. Brr, brr, brr. Then everyone will have to run. That 3 million gang is coming.
Right.
I then decided to join a group that used to dance in Kronstadt, but they used to call it 2x2. When I joined a group called 2x2, that time you couldn't tell which party is really leading.
Right.
Because Azapo was there. The Azapo was also there. The anger grew up from there, where we saw how we were abused. And this is what drove me to where I am today, or to what I am today. Because I saw people being molested, raped, and killed in Kronstadt, Maokeng. Literally, for me to be sure that the government of apartheid had spies, they used to give the spies or informants papgeld in Afrikaans. You know? Where once you give information, these people will give you 500 to 200. By then, the time money was a lot. I was still a young boy, So for me to have experienced that made me to feel that I cannot sit back. I will join any group and any gang to fight against what was happening in our communities. So when you go home, you always do what the parents want to see you doing. But once you go out in the street, you show the street your character. This is my background. So with whatever that I've experienced, I can tell you I was then called by a white police who then wanted us to give them information on how the ANC is going to fight with 3 million. Partially, we used to think 3 million is Inkatha Freedom Party. But that is politics now. I don't want to go into that much. But I can tell you from then, I chose to be a street fighter. I chose a gang, a gang that we would fight and defend our sisters, our mothers, not to be. If you can go to my former school, it's BK Msiso Primary School. I'm from BK Msiso. I'm a scholar from BK Msiso Primary School. I studied in BK Msiso. In primary. And then, of course, I think many will remember us. There are guys like that we grew up who were part of this thing, and we knew what we used to do to defend our community. I was a child. I was young. But now that thing grew up to an extent that these white people, they were SAP, not SAPS.
Right.
SAP.
Yeah. I think I remember that, yes.
Yes, yellow vans. Who matter Tagad. Tagad did this big, Tagad, the hipponyana.
The hippo tail,
They were hippos and all. I was young. I cannot forget that experience.
Same here.
Then what I did is these people, now every weekend, they would make sure that they arrest us. We sleep in custody. Honestly, if there are Kronstadt people listening here, they'll also comment. And maybe you'll see. Honestly, I don't know if he's still alive or he's dead. Dinja. Then the mayor of Kronstadt by then was Kwekwe. You understand? Whom some of us didn't like. You understand? I was a child.
Yeah.
So I was then recruited by white police to become the informer, not knowing that I'm becoming an informer. Then they let me to go and expose the firearms that were recovered in Maukeng, in Kronstadt. That was now years ago. Meaning I started being honest to SAP. Now count the years. SAP. That is 1989. So when I realized these people or these white people were part of the certain, were part of this other 3 million gang, this white police, they were funding 3 million somehow. I felt, no, I can't work with them, but I'll destroy 3 million. I joined some of the young people who took to the streets. And you will see Stay Away will be there and take out the dustbins. When the people wake up in the morning, they'll find the streets are full of dustbins. I mean, why? Stay away, it's a stay away. So by the time we knew the word stay away, Once we say it's a stay away, you can't walk in the street. You can't walk, yes. So it is then I'll tell you when I left then to Free State to Mamello High School. It's in Virginia. When I was doing my grades, it's a standard 7. The grades are now, it's a standard 7. I was doing in Mamello High School in Virginia. It is then when I joined the Seacoast gang, then joined Makout, Le Marashi. You understand? So when I joined that gang there, it was still the same thing. But what happened, lucky enough, because of the network and things we used to do by then, I got to be captured by some cops who then recruited me and said I should join this thing of fighting against crime in communities. Remember, by then, it's not like now, where you know that, this one a spy. Of course, in it was still a spy by then. Yeah. But for you, it was not. For me, it was not something I could fear as a spy. Yeah. I mean, when you spy, I thought you were spicing. I found the beauty in that. Yes.
You have no idea. I just wrote it down because I feel like we need to go back to it, because I feel like one of the questions that we're going to get is that, are you saying you were a spy?
No, man. Man. The spies were those who were selling their people to be killed. Yeah. But of course, in the intelligence or security or any organization that's organized and together, if you sell information of that specific group or ideology of your fellow team members, you are a snitch, you are a spy. Yeah. So for me, I wouldn't say I was against my people, but instead I turned against the white people. Yeah. Where some of the people who went under Mala Hauyako Tourist Hotel, we would attack these these white people, So So in short, I can say, look, the term is used as a spy, but I don't want to say I'm a spy. I'm an operative. Yeah. Yeah, I'm an operative.
No, I understand that. We will get back to it, trust me. But there's one that I really need to touch on, because you have, I think, twice. And every time you touched on it, you kind of brushed it off. But I feel like it is a matter to be looked at. Can we please talk about Mr. Thabo Mbeki? Like the last time we talked about it, you said that you were an operative, and there was some information that you were required to look into and whatnot. But every time you touch on it, for me as an interviewer, I see you that it's something bigger than just. You were just an informant, whatnot, like not an informant per se, but you had information that you were tasked to look into it and whatnot. Can you say something about that?
Like I said, that is now coming to the days of who was the president by the time. When I got recruited into NIA, they took me to the courses. Of course, I've been trained and so forth. But because I remember he said he was also operative and part of the people who were trained. But I've never met him in any course.
Not Brian.
What is his name? What is this guy with Ket Matlal? What's his name? Is it Brian Mulif? What's his name? Molefe, what is his name? Mokhots, Brian Mokhots.
Ntate Mokgotsi.
Brian Mokhots.
Okay, okay, all right.
But I also saw people, they are calling me Mokhots because you know, we talk.
Yeah.
You know, but we talk because we feel the country is no longer getting help.
Okay.
And we need to help. So now, that time, my brother, it's painful to see that people that you helped, they know what is their ambition and their mission was or way. These people recruited me, deployed me within counterterrorism against the terrorist suspects.
Yeah.
They recruited me to trace terror suspects.
Yeah.
I learned that I'm talking alone.
Yes.
Now, I learned that there were terror suspects here in South Africa. That was 1999. But myself, I'll tell not even 1999, I'll tell you now. It's 89. It's 99 when ISIS started. I was amongst the people. If you know, in Joburg, there was a group called Morabitun. You remember Soweto bombings? There was a Soweto bombings. All right? I happen to come from Free State and I come and camp in Joburg. I live in the street of Joburg. When I lived in the street of Joburg, of course, my background is still in that fashion, but I was then also officially introduced to the national security. I can't say the names now. To come and assist Gauteng province in tackling crime and so forth. I was officially recruited. But nonetheless, 1999, I then got to join Islamic school. In that Islamic school, is everything fine? What, I continue talking? Okay, sorry. Oh, okay. But then, okay. Oh, then in 1999, I happened to be joining this Islamic school. But when I was in this Islamic school, we happened to be mixed of African students and global students, mixed from America, Britain, Ethiopia, Somalia. We're all gathered as one in an institute called, it's the Darul Ulum Islamic School. And then being a Darul Ulum Islamic school, we happened to be studying Arabic and Urdu language. And as we were doing Arabic and Urdu language, remembering that I come from the Christian background, I just joined Islam, I loved it. When I loved it, I discovered that now we are now in a boarding school. There came some guys from Israel. When these guys came from Israel, they actually wanted us to join a certain group, which we did not know what group was this. But they said we must team up as black people. They've got a project for us. And this project is to make sure that we team up against rich people in South Africa or around the world. I immediately, of course, remember I'm an active person. I immediately compiled security report, concern as well, submitted it to say, but there's this kind of people in our institute who want us to join this kind of a group of people. And we as black people were gathered together. As we gathered together, we were introduced to some serious issues of security concern, which I can't elaborate now. I can't disclose some of those security, those activities that we're supposed to carry out. But as we were invited to carry out these missions, my worry was we're all black students in the class, and the question is, these guys are from Israel, and they're telling us to do this. One guy was from USA, who then told us to do this. This thing that they said we should do, it was horrible that we should possibly become a group that will terrorize the country. Then I felt this is not on. Now, these guys, because they realized that I was one of those flexible, actually, I used to even give martial arts lessons, because I did my black belt, Kung Fu, martial arts. By then I was still on my red belt. where I did my Kung Fu. But of course, I started from JKA. So when you get into that institute, I had, actually, I was on a brown belt. When we got in there, I used to then give martial arts.
Yeah.
I used to train the lecturers, the teachers, and so forth. Then people knew that I was one of the brave people who can do anything. By then, that is the reason now this American, Israeli guys who came to us and said we must join their group.
Yeah.
So this group, it was not good for me. And there was a mission that was supposed to be carried. And when the mission was supposed to be carried, now that they took black students because they wanted to do Arabic to English and avoid doing Arabic, Urdu, English, you know, we wanted to do Arabic, English.
Yeah.
So now there's this thing of wanting to do Urdu and Arabic, you know. So we did both. I learned Urdu and Arabic by then. So when I learned this thing, these people, black people, are then put in one class. I'm the one who caused havoc in the institute. And I boycotted the class that they must give us a black people a platform and priority to respect our rights and languages. Because we cannot be learning Pakistani or Urdu language and learn Arabic. I understand Arabic is a religious language.
Yes.
But rather they teach us Arabic, which is a theological language, in order to make it easy for us. People speak Zulu, Soto, French, and all that because we are all from all over the countries, different countries. Then I boycotted. I recruited everyone to boycott. We came with a class called Ulaha. The first class called Ulaha, it was a black class. You see? So in that class, it's then the guys that were with me in the same class, they joined a group of these guys from outside, overseas.
Right.
When they joined these people's class from overseas, I was surprised if I'm part of the mission. Why did they leave me behind? So there was a place that we were supposed to go meet up and all where men in black meet at night. So I then activated the police to say, oh, there are some missions that will be taking place in the country. Prevent them. You say, this is where I came in. Then why I did this? Because now people had narrative that Islam or Muslims are terrorists. You understand? Then I discovered these people are from another wing. You know, missionaries or extremists. They come in different fashions. They imitate and adopt your culture.
Okay.
They adopt your religion.
Okay.
They learn your wives, they get marry your sisters to learn your tradition in your culture.
Okay.
And once they do that, they are infiltrating your society.
True that, yes.
And once they introduce your society, the easiest target for any foreign system to operate in your country is women. Once they get to marry our sisters or our fellow, you know, they are done with you. So that is why then I realized these people infiltrated us. These people, they were not Muslims. These people, they know Quran, they know Hadith. I studied the Quran. I studied the Hadith. I'm a scholar. I'm an alim. I'm a hafiz. I memorized the Quran, you know. But I couldn't even complete my studies in theology. Reason being because I was this person who's always on one toe to jump. So I prevented these guys from a very serious heist that was supposed to cripple the country. I took action. I reported it. That's how I was introduced to a National Intelligence Agency. Okay. You understand me?
That makes sense, yes.
So it is then the Arabic language and the Urdu language and the martial arts I used to do. They wanted to say every Islamic institute has got terror suspects. And I'm like, no.
It's not like that.
It's not like that. Let's get to the real people. Who are these people? You see.
Let's learn to them.
Then I was deployed 2002 to 2003 between Mayfair and Cape Town, Boerkaap and Mowbray. Right. I went and stayed in the Cape. Now, it was a task. You know, it's paining me when I talk about that one because I was very legit. Remember, you don't just do these things. You are trained.
Yes.
You are taught how to behave. I'm no longer a part of the system. And some people will say, once you're in the intelligence sector, you can't come out. I understand it's true. But the problem is the people who are giving you that task, they don't care about what happens to you next.
That is true.
So by then, the president, Thabo Mbeki, was the president. So for me, I was fooled after executing the missions that I'm going to get a certificate, a letter of appreciation from the president, and so forth. I've done a great work. I went and I camped in Cape Town, in Boerkaap, in Mowbray, and then joined these people who were missionaries. Unfortunately, I realized that this was possibly a hit on me. I had to disappear and run away because these people, They've executed, they got a terror suspect. They arrested the people. I can give you their names. It was Mahmoud. Yahya. Yahya was picked up in Mayfair. He used to sell the CDs. You know, Mahmoud was picked up in Cape Town in Mowbray. I was literally sitting with this main suspect from Jordan that they were looking for. The guy was an extremist, but coming from which background? So this is a very sensitive information, like I said. To South Africans who don't know where we come from or what our purpose is all about, my vision and passion is to fight and save my country. It doesn't matter what.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know if I've answered you there.
Actually, you have, because it actually goes back to the point where I was saying, if everything goes according to the way I'm hoping for, we are actually going to have an ongoing interview with you, sir, because there's just too much you've got to share with us. And before we go any further, this question I've asked you numerous times, and I asked you, sir, Mr. Musa Kumbi, are you safe? With all the knowledge, with all the information that you've got, with all, like, you've got so much power that I, as an individual, would look at you and say, you are supposed to be somewhere with government officials because of what you know. And, my concern was your health. Are you safe, say? And I asked you this so many times because my concern was, we need more people like you. We need more people who stand up for the truth. We need more people who want to see cases taken to trial and being prosecuted, if you understand what I'm saying.
Do you know what's painful about my experience? You become traumatic. You are being traumatized. First of all, you get to experience these things. You're thinking you can trust in the people who groomed you to be there. The very same people are hypocrites. You understand? One. Two, like I said, I've been kidnapped. Beside kidnapping, I've been hijacked and taken 7 times from the street. I've got a child that was killed. I don't put those things in public. You understand? I must now deal with it, because once you declare that when you have worked for state, and so they can deny you. They have denied me. In many ways, they have declared not to know anything about me. You understand? So many times. So, but what I love, they never knew that I was outsmarting them with their moves. Meaning everything I've been doing, they never saw the eagle doing duplicate of my operations or things I'm doing with them. There's nothing. They took my gadgets, they robbed me, they took almost everything to shut me down.
Right.
But I kept on having this smart way of viewing them as they view me. You understand? I had to play beyond. Number 2, intelligence doesn't recruit you because of your career.
Okay.
What you have studied.
All right.
Secular education is the hope of wanting to get a job that you are looking for. But intelligence is what you are capable of.
Okay.
It's about the skills that you have. It's about the network you have. It's about the strength and the bravery. Look, you can see I'm crazy, right? You can see.
Okay. Oh, you're asking me a question. I'm
do you see I'm crazy? I mean, who talk like this? So I'm sorry, guys. You can see. I mean, for me to come out, I only thank God I'm not dead till today. You understand?
We actually thank God too.
Yeah, and I only thank God. Yeah. You know, this thing is like, I don't know, also people should understand this term, gritty ball, that we came up, or you came up with.
Yeah.
You understand? It's more about a very serious operative of intelligence being hurtful. You understand? You are sitting there, you're watching them on TV, claiming that they've done this for the country, they're promising people this and that, yet they are lying. You understand? So people must understand, like I said, government is a good name, but the people who are leading government are vague. Because you cannot guarantee their guilty conscience, because they don't regret to their lies that they do. So for the fact that they've lied to me for so long, my brother, and I kept down, I kept quiet, I'm nobody, I'm being imprisoned, I'm being threatened, you understand? So those things, they pile up in me. That is why I'm old as this, and I'm still sitting to say, I will never forget that.
You are talking about being imprisoned. You are talking about being hijacked. You are talking about all of these things. You know what, Mr. Gumbi? You being here, sir, has opened my eyes to so many things. So many things. But before we go on all of them, I just want to ask you, Mr. Gumbi, who's the gentleman next to you? What is happening today? Because I mean, since we followed you to come here, now I'm seeing gentlemen who don't recognize.
How can I trust you, my brother? You know what we are doing here? There are people who see this as it's not supposed to happen because people are not supposed to know the truth. And look, you don't threaten anybody. I protect myself.
Okay.
You understand? Okay. I have to protect. You can even view on the other side. I don't know if you can see.
Okay.
I don't know if you can see.
Yes, I do.
Okay. I don't know. I mean, if you can see, these are my team. It's my people.
Yeah.
And now this shows you.
And can my team just show the gentleman on the other side?
You understand?
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Then this thing is not up to only here.
Yeah.
If these people, honestly speaking, they think the moment they've been taking my gadgets, fighting me down, I took years to sensitize people, to make people understand that we need to stand up on our own. We need to help the government or build security on our own. If you look into Cape Town, there's one old man. I think I've got his name, but I can't mention now.
Okay.
This old man, he does drills and trains children of prayer. He's a colored guy.
Right.
He's from the Navy. And then the guy, he decided to train young people and train them of security, how to drill, how to make, in Cape Town.
Right.
So I then also thought of the same thing. How about if we protect our young people in communities? Why can't we do this together? So in short, yes, I have been in prison. The reason I was in prison is in 2-3 different occasions where, in the intelligence, you don't do or get involved in crime activities or criminal activities without authority.
Correct.
If you are found sitting with criminals, you are a criminal. If you are found in an illegal object or item, you are actually a criminal, a suspect.
Yes.
But unfortunately, if you are an active authorized operator, you are given something called Section 252A. Section 252A is what allows you to be involved and protects you. So I think most of my operations I was protected.
Yeah.
You understand? But unfortunately, there's 2 of them that were not honest and fair, but made me to question the legitimacy of crime intelligence or of the police with the way they lied. One of the occasions is where I followed a syndicate. Well, I did not know I was getting into something. There are guys who requested, example, a lift to go to Messina. They don't tell me, they only ask me for transport. When they ask me for transport to go to Messina, me being an operative, I must report. Because I started smelling the fish when you go to Benoni. But now going to Messina, I did not know what I'm transporting these people for. But once we get that side of Brakpan, then we meet again with another Quantum and a Silver Polo. So when this Silver Polo, it was one of the officials.
Right.
Quantum, it was full of men in arms. Men were fully armed in that Quantum. Hey guys, what's the mission? All our phones were taken. Now you're caught in between. Your phones are carried away from you. Now you must see to it how to communicate. No longer anyone is allowed to communicate to anybody.
Yeah.
We went as far as Libombo border gate, Mozambican border. When we get there, when you go to the border, I'm not told still, we are just told sit here, but we can see here's a car for flying squad, is escorting us from here to there. Here's a car from flying squad, is escorting us from here. Then when you get to the border, this chap, they killed him basically. I think he died 2 years ago. But I've got something on him, which one day, if they need it, I'll share with them. So when we get to the border, man, these people that said, hey, there's a truck. The truck is coming. What truck? This truck was full of illicit cigarette. But I did not know until I changed my attitude. As they kept us in one corner there to say, let's sit there and observe this container. The police were part of this mission. That this container is going to leave Libombo. Once it reach somewhere after Malelan, they're going to hit it and, armed robbery. I started feeling uncomfortable because we came with a truck following it until Malelan. When you got to Malelan, there was a public phone, telecom public phone. I was so bothered that now I'm into something. I don't know what mission. I'm not even carrying a firearm myself. I'm just a transporter here. What do? I went to a public phone, telecom. I pretended I'm going to a toilet. It was dark. I walked because we don't have phones. I phoned former National Commissioner, Setol. The Commissioner Setol, I phoned him. It was 1 a.m., midnight. Please, General, I need your help. Ne? Then, in fact, even before that, I suspected something was going to happen. I remember sending him a WhatsApp, actually SMS, that I'm in a mission, I don't know where to, but something's not right. You see? So when you go to Malelane, I see this is a mission for real. I went to public phone, I phoned my handler of the time from crime intelligence. I tell him, Brigadier, I need your help. They never responded. The person who came back to me was my handler of then, Mr. Mafokati. When he answered the call, I'm like, hey, Baba, I'm in the middle of something here. There's some, oh, sorry. You know me, I remember, is it a free speech? Can I speak? You know, sometimes I will speak according to how we speak. You know, I can't be formal with things that I know how I express myself, you know? I'm like, there's some shit taking place here. Something going on here, you know? So please, help. Question, where are you? They saw the number, it's Malelane. I told them which area I was. Lefatsi Mafokati called me and said, brah, because now we are at Malelane. The guys, we know they're going to be on the other side. Before he even called me, then I'm still stuck to say how I'm going to get out of this.
Right.
Now, I see there's a visible van, police, of Malelane. The container is busy going, it goes to Total Garage. When this container goes to Total Garage, I see this police going into the toilet. I follow these cops. I leave these guys that I was with, and I tell them, can I go pee? When I get to these cops, I tell these cops, guys, please do something. There's some shit in that. Oh, sorry. No. Sorry, guys.
No, I understand.
Sorry.
We'll get to edit everything.
Sorry.
It's fine. Sorry about that. We'll get to edit everything,
You know, there's something going on in that container there, you know? And the guys, police, they look at me. What are you talking about? What's your name? I'm like, my name is Musa Kumbi. Who are you? I'm a source of crime intelligence. I tell them I'm a source of crime intelligence.
Right.
What are you talking about? Please, bruh, help. But they say, no, we'll stop the container. They went to the container. They prevented the driver not to drive away with that container. When they approached the driver took a phone and certain somebody who claimed that he's in Pretoria from Crime Intelligence National Office. You understand? Niemand. They called the guy. So the guy said to this man, and remember, I still don't know who is they talking to. Now, these cops, they come back to me, they say, brother, we have an offer of 250,000. Can we take it and share amongst ourselves? Let the container drive up to Joburg. I'm like, no, it's not going to happen. Intercept the truck, you know? And they're like, bruh, we got a command to let this truck because it's under operation.
You are saying the police that you found there are the ones that say they got an offer. Now they are proposing to you.
Yes. That I must share with them this 250,000. I'm like, no, it's not going to happen. They like, bruh, there's a man here. They say this is a crime intelligence operation. We're interfering.
Okay.
So then they brought the phone to me. Then there's this white guy speak to me. His name is Niemand.
Yeah.
Niemand, hey, say, how are you? I say, my name is Musa Kumbi. I tell him my honest name. He says to me, Basba, you are disturbing our operation. Please don't interfere because there's surveillance on that container. Let that container leave and proceed to Joburg. I'm like, no, man. Say, listen, Colonel, you can't tell me what to do when you are not even here. He said, I'm from head office, Pretoria. I'm like, listen, boss, I'm not going to listen to your nonsense. You understand? That was my language. It was like, hey, this guy. Then he instructed the flying squad boys. Now, the flying squad guys, when they came to the truck, these are the very same flying squad guys that were escorting this truck, you know, to reach to Joburg. I'm like, guys, what's happening? They said, no, where's Musa Kumbi? Where's Musa? They don't know it's me. I sit in one of the car, I listen to the radio, the channel. Guys, Bopanu Musa, arrest him. I'm like, oh, I was driving Peugeot 407. And I'm like, I'm not going to allow these people to arrest me. I'm going to go with them. I jump with this guy's drive with his radio. I'm holding their radio. I listen to the channel and say, lock him up. I managed to escape. Coming like this is then Joburg Crime Intelligence came to rescue me that side. But the point here is I interfered in operation of cigarette. You understand? Where I was threatened or told to back off. I did not back off. To my surprise, I thought that thing is gone. It's finished. But here comes the very same guy I was with who invited me for the lift, asking for the lift. He said, brah, when you get to Joburg, I told some colonels and brigadiers, like, guys, the container is being arrested because SARS was called in.
Okay.
SARS came in, intercepted the container.
Yeah.
The container was taken.
Right.
So the anger of the officials that were there, I don't know about, you know, how angry they were, but I breached the command. I refused to listen to whosoever Colonel said I must back off. I just saw corruption. You understand? I'm like, I'm not going to let this go. Okay, running up to Joburg, I meet with the handlers. Sharp, it's okay. It didn't take so long. Mashwanganyi is dead, is killed. I don't know Hamanskral. I don't know General Mashwanganyi. I've never seen him. I don't know him. Okay. But I know the boy from Val who was in that case, Spiwe. Spiwe was one of the boys I knew who was apparently friend to Musibi. Musibi is one of the crime intelligence guys from Val.
Right.
I don't know from Norway. This fellow friend that I was with, he tells me, Bra Musa, please be careful. We are giving money to kill you. I'm like, by who? And he gave me the names. He mentioned Makubo. They had a meeting with Makubo. They had a meeting with Makubo and other cops. So there's a time where crime intelligence, I think the offices were robbed. These people, they came to me to say I should go help them to trace the people who robbed crime intelligence offices. I drove with these people up to Pretoria. We went as far as Soshanguve, tracing these guys who robbed crime intelligence offices. Not knowing that I'm being studied. Yeah. There should be a position where I must be taken at. And I took some guys from Hillbrow who I left with that side.
Okay, you're saying all of this was to make sure that they take you out at some point.
At some point, yeah.
Right.
So, but then along the way, this guy said, Brad, disappear from here. You are the target. I left Soshanguve like a mosquito, Baba. I left. You understand? Leaving there, I thought it's done. This guy come to me and tell me, Brad, hey, we had a meeting again in Midrand. Your name came in. They say you must be arrested or you must be taken out. I'm like, for what? The guy did not even know about the Mashwanganyi case. I then take my gadget, device. I say, Bra, if you go to that meeting, take this meeting, go and record those people. Tell me what is their plan, what is the offer, 150. I say, I'll double the amount. I'm giving you the amount, 300,000. You go and record these people. To my surprise, the handler of my own, the head of the crime intelligence that I trusted in, if we had another operation to do the next day, he calls me, say we must meet at Southgate. We go and meet at Southgate Nando's. Me, I go there, I'm hoping that we are going to do an operation. When I get there, we sit nicely, you know, and then I thought, Brigadier, I won't get them nand. Everything is fine. Then I go and buy food there with my cousin sister from Kronstadt. I was with my sister West Part that day. As I'm about to buy food there, a lady, beautiful lady came, brah. A beautiful lady came. When she came, you know, liking, temptation. I became a gentleman. I pick up the key. I give to the woman. She said, baby, I hug her. I fell into temptation. You understand?
Okay.
Only to discover about this woman here hugging me. She's giving a signal. Here's your target.
Wait. The beautiful lady hugging you was giving you a signal.
She was an operative from the subs.
This is the target.
This is the target because
this is the man to kill.
Yeah, this is the person to kidnap or kill or arrest for Mashwanganyi.
Hey.
You understand? So me, I don't know. We knew we were going with operation. I was also with another officer from Flight Squad Pretoria. They had to come because we knew that day we have an operation. We're supposed to meet at Joe Slow for McDonald's. You understand?
I am never giving any woman a hug.
Don't give a woman a hug.
You better know that.
Now, as I thought this is on, and this woman, we exchanged numbers. We sat down with this guy from crime intelligence. I believed in everything that we're going to do operation later the same night. Are you with me? We're going to hit the factory of the Chinese who are producing counterfeit cigarette, tobacco, and rhino horns. You understand? Okay. I get with my sister into the backyard, drive down Southgate. I go down to Joburg. Just before Albertina, not even Albertina. What is this street is in Joburg, not far from Joburg Central, from John Forst.
Okay.
There's a Shell garage there. Down there by Shell garage, bruh, I just saw people in black, men in black, like my team here. They taught me how to dress like this anyway. You know, these guys just came in numbers and closed me with the bag. Took my sister, took me off of my car. Then they drove with me to Ireton. They opened my face in Ireton. I met General Daiwe there. And then, actually, it was Shibira and Mudise now. The guy who was behind me, who was the IO there, it was Muntwedi. Muntwedi was the investigating officer. So So Montreal, hey, bro, we need to tell us what you know. I even thought they are going to ask me about Radovan Krech. Because already I was busy close to Radovan Krech. You understand? Suddenly they say, I'm busy. Krech this, Krech that. No, no Krech gave me the files, this and that. You understand? Suddenly they say, bro, you know, I'm like, for what?
Okay.
They say, you'll tell us. These people, they drove with me from Ireton to Meldesdrift. When they get me to Meldesdrift, these people, they say, Ozokul Miklinis. I'm like, what are you talking about? They say, you're going to tell us the truth. Muntwedi, the IO himself, went to his BMW and collected a bag with a gray blanket and a tire and 5 liters of water. I was chuped. They tied my hands, my everything. It was their team. They took me, they beat me up, they tortured me. I pooped twice on myself. I fainted 2-3 times. I was off, bruh. You understand? So these people, what is the torture about? Tell us why you call yourself Captain Musa Kumbe. What Captain Musa Kumbe? It's in their statements. You understand? Hey guys, what are you talking about? You are the mastermind behind the death of Mashwangai. Mashwangai? Bra, when they torture you and chup you, you know,
Goodness.
You know, you'll speak what they want you to speak.
Yeah, because I'm thinking when you feel the pain, you will end up saying whatever they want to hear. You will have to agree just so that they can stop.
But I was tortured.
Haibu.
Tortured for hours.
Aye.
These cops, they were enjoying me, bruh. Until I happened to loosen a certain hand, not to untie. I held this other one's thing. Front line. Yeah, I held him tight. I squeezed him like you stop and I said, untie me, let me die once. What you are doing is rubbish. You understand? So I had to agree to Haman Skral. Oh, Haman Skral, the trees, I remember saying all those things. There's a tree, Mashwanganyi killed. Then they asked me, how do you know Spiwe? I wrote a statement to them, how I know Spiwe.
Yeah.
But I am not happy because where they took me, they tortured me for something I don't know.
Yeah.
The big mistake they did. Makubo comes with a device I gave to that man who gave me information. When he came with that device I gave to this guy, they are now asking me, listen, they're arresting me for Mashwanganyi.
Right.
But the interrogation is about Malelane, where the cigarette truck was taken. You understand?
So which is which here?
Am I taken for Malelane case? Or am I? So I put 1 + 1.
Yeah.
Because now they got my device. They got the device I gave to that guy. Stupid they are. You understand? Where do you get this gadget? Oh, I put 1 +. Oh, these are the same people who wanted to kill me. So it's fine.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
So they kept me. They took me to Magaliesberg police station.
Yeah.
Where the police station in Meldesdrift was still under construction, my brother, when they took me in there. There was no detainee there. You couldn't detain anybody. So remember now, it's their mission. If you look at Muntwedi, he's from West Rand. Shibiri is from West Rand. They chose the area where they know that they stationed for long and they are in charge and in control. You understand? Then I was kept in custody. But while in custody, these people, they picked me up. Okay, it's fine. They did not know. They were planning to take me out the next day. I happened to ask a certain white man who was arrested that night. I had to offer money for this guy to give me a call. I managed to phone a certain lady who brought me KFC and everything. The next morning when he came, I'm like, I'm no longer alone. Cameras are watching y'all. And I'm no longer alone. I'm eating. My family came. So that they don't take me out of that Magaliesberg police station. You understand? So, but the Shibiri part of it still comes to me and say, look, Musa, we understand that you don't know nothing about this thing. They even force you to write a statement to agree with them. You understand? When you just want your freedom, you'll agree, brah.
I hear you.
They're still in power.
I hear you.
You understand?
Yeah.
You know what, ne? They did what they did.
Yeah, no.
Now they
I
come with the
understand.
point because they know the type of background and intelligence I have.
Yeah.
They're like, we want you to work with us. We want to recruit you to work with us. Help us to hit other syndicates.
After doing what they did.
After what they did. They went to Fanabil Park. They went to my shop. I actually had a Chinese girlfriend, I must tell you now.
Oh, you did?
No, of course. I'm
okay.
universal.
All right.
Yeah. So they went and they still took money from my shop. I then saw the wrath of the police. Guess what? I opened a case. The case was with IP'd. The NPA tells me we can't prosecute. Yeah. These people, they compile. If I can show their statements, it's cut and paste. You understand? In it, they still put the fact that I said I'm a captain from Malelani case. You understand? It is then they went to my handler and everything, the statements were gathered, they discovered I was honest. Yeah. They say, but we are not done. We are not done with you. Yeah. We'll arrest you anytime we feel there's more information. It's a threat, that thing. My brother, I had to take my children and disappear with my kids. You understand? But do you think I'll be normal and still be okay the same till today? I'm not. Yeah, no, I get you. There's no one, my brother. Another person took my girlfriend or stole my watch and my what. Why wouldn't you want to go back to those people? I wanted justice to be in place.
No, I get you.
That advocate that was dealing with my case in NPA, my friend, I felt that woman, I still know her name. I've got everything. So I felt NPA compromised me. Yeah. They are telling me I must bring evidence and witnesses of the people. My sister was there. The guy who came with crime intelligence, you know what, before you go out, I leave this part. This guy was giving information. There's a time now, he came with another officer, they say Molefe from West Rand. When they came to meet with me, before he came with him, he called me that we must meet. Let's meet at Joburg Central. Right. After I came from this hostage of the police. Yeah. They tell me, let's meet at Joburg Central. I made him run into Central Police Station. Then he called Molefe. Molefe came and mediated between us. And Molefe said, no, Musa, this guy gave us information that we were going to be killed, kidnapped. That's why we are here. You understand? So I had to forgive this guy. He gave a statement, it's here, inside the stockade. So why on earth would NPA take a ruling and decision without taking me to trial with the suspects that I have? Yeah. These cops are my suspects. I complain about them. You are telling me to bring evidence? Where is your cyber investigation? Those people, when you do your 205 analysis, SAPS is very lazy. Yeah. They are only doing 205 to see the calls, but they don't want to do justice in terms of, justice in terms of cyber report analysis. Right. It will show you location. It will show you WhatsApp conversation. It will show you everything and how much time before they take me to Mahalitzburg to the cells where they took me first. I want to say that's a case number one. Okay. While I let you have some water, thank you so much for all of that shocking information. We have one of the operatives here who has worked with Untate Gumbi, who specially has worked even on human traffickings and all. She's a lady, and she's very powerful. Just for the purposes of what she's doing, we will not show her face. If you allow me, she will not show her face, but I just wanted to greet us and just to elaborate on the cases that maybe some of the cases though, but on exactly what she does as an operative. Hello, ma'am. How are you?
I'm good, thank you, sir. And how are you?
No. I am great, and thank you so much for getting time to come and see us here. By the way, I think you have heard my name is Sebastian. It's so great to have you here. I just want to appreciate your time and your time just to come here and be with us. Can you tell us who you are? Not who you are in terms of your name, but who you are in terms of your work and in terms of how do you know Mr. Gumbi?
Okay, so first of all, I'm a proud citizen of South Africa, and by the virtue of being a proud citizen in the country, I happen to have an opportunity to meet up with the great. I'll call him the great, the passionate, the man who's proud, who's patriotic about his country, who's concerned about the future of the next generation. I'm proud to be part of that team, I'm humbled to be part of the great team. So I am working behind the scenes as an operative, and obviously I'm working undercover together with my colleagues. They are here with us today. We are extremely proud to be part of this operation. We are not, okay, so maybe I should put it in this way. To South Africans out there, guys, this is not self-seeking or attention-seeking. This is very sensitive. This is very emotional. And this is very, I'm sorry about that, personal.
No, that's okay, ma'am. It's okay, ma'am,
the
please.
work that our leader is doing,
Yes.
it is very sensitive.
Yes.
Not everyone can take a stand and chase authorities in power. I think as South Africans, we are in a time where everything is in crisis because I'm sorry to put it in this way. It's because of the leadership in authority who maybe they think it's okay to gamble with people's lives and you don't take accountability after everything has been said and done. So I think as South Africans, we are at the point where we say we can't take it anymore. So we're coming forward and we also calling for each and every one of us not to sit back. Guys, you see. And obviously to the government, we are not doing this because we have personal vendettas to you guys, but I think as part of leadership skills, you have to take accountability. So we are fearless, just like the skill that we took from our leader. We are coming head on to you, and obviously we are not fighting. We are having a conversation, and we are saying to you guys, we are watching, we've been watching, and it's high time we really have a serious conversation. And this is not a threat. If you think the only solution is the other way around, it's still okay with us. So basically, I think that's the shortest introduction from my side.
Thank you so much. Thank you. You as a lady, before we get back to Mr. Gumbi, when I met you before we entered the show, we talked about ladies who are in a relationship with people who are doing criminal activities. We also talked about ladies who are, say, captured personally, as in like you are married to, or you are in a relationship with someone like that, and you are afraid to voice out, and you being afraid is that you don't know who to talk to. You also were involved, not knowing now, but were involved in cases where there was human trafficking and stuff like that. Before I let you go, ma'am, please, would you just say something? Then I would come back to Mr. Gumbi.
Thank you so much. So to women and ladies out there who happen to be in relationships with our brothers who are doing crime in the country, yes, it might look okay when the person comes back home and you get to have all the goodies and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I wish for you to have this in mind. As much as he is committing a crime, you are, by the virtue of being part of his or hers, you are also committing a crime. Be very careful when you approach these things. Yes, human trafficking it's a real thing in the country, and all these other crimes that are happening. And honestly, it is sad because our country, it is so exposed, it is so open, it is so look like it's a banana republic because of also it's our fault as women at some point because we tend to look on one sided of our approach life.
Yeah.
We think, okay, if then there's no job, if we may put it in that way, we might as well just join them. But in this case, I would really wish for women, even the kids, our kids out there. I so wish at some point they come to a point where they like, crime is not a solution. It's better you approach the person who called himself or themselves your leader. In this case, I think it's high time we just take it to them to say, are you going to change the situation, or you really think all of us has to end up in jail because you are ignorant about the situation? Yes. So, yeah.
No. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you,
I appreciate the time. I really do. Look, if everything goes well, like I said before, we will have more sessions like this. Whereas I would request you to come through, but mostly since everything has started with Mr. Gumbi, we will go back to him because we have so much more that we need to understand. I've been getting calls and information. Yes. So, Mr. Gumbi, coming back to you. Yeah. All right. Look, there's a case that you once touched on. But it was also in passing because as we talk about the topics and cases that we are to engage in, there's a case about Brigadier Khumalo from Zimbabwe.
The fake Khumalo. Don't say brigadier. Say fake brigadier or general. Yeah.
Please just allow me to say it as it is because you will legitimize everything in terms of fake or being real or whatnot, because as I read about it and trying to understand the documentation about it, it's just written Brigadier Khumalo and the one from Zimbabwe and who's this gentleman with please. Umavundlan. I couldn't read that name. Umavundlan, yes.
Kane, this is one... Okay, maybe people should understand why maybe we're going backwards. Because we're going forward.
Okay.
Backwards give the purpose and the history of who you are, what you know, and how were you fooled. For me, to narrate or talk about these things are all trauma to me. These are part of things that demoralized me to understand or not to believe in anything the system is telling me. Although I wrote emails, like I said, to Parliament, to Beuk. I remember his name was Beuk from Parliament. I wrote, by then President Ramaphosa was a deputy president. I wrote him an email. He was still a deputy president. Jacob Zuma was still a president. I wrote to Inspector Advocate Dintwe. He was still an Inspector General of Intelligence.
And you have proof of
I've got all the
things.
communications, references. There's nothing I don't have.
Good.
Yeah, I've got almost everything. Which these things, listen, my brother, you become, like I said, traumatized. It's lucky I don't drink, I don't smoke, I'm not mad, and I'm not dead.
Thank God.
You see that? Imagine if I was taking alcohol or was a drug consumer. What was going to be my character? You understand?
Yeah,
this thing made me not to even remember my previous schoolmates because my life and thought is being only in real issues, concern of the country. What this country looks like.
Yeah.
How should South Africa be fair or equally so protected? This guy, he was there at the time of Ria Piecha.
I think I know the case, yes.
You know the case?
Yes.
At the time of Ria Piecha, I would be posting and so forth. Personally, I don't go out there and start a problem. I'm called by guys in crime intelligence, head office, national. Ask me, my brother, we have a guy that we are looking for. Are you able to trace this guy and bring him forward? I'm like, what?
Okay.
Show me the photo.
Okay.
Give me the name.
Right.
All right? I'll do my homework.
Okay.
Then they say, do your homework. Remember, they don't even finance me, these people. I'm using my powers, my resources. You understand? I'm like, I'm very loyal when it comes to fighting crime. And I'm very loyal to being biased. I hate people who do things that pleases them. When things are good by themselves, then they are bad on the other side, or other people, they are happy. I looked for this guy. I had to lie to him that I've got diamonds to sell. And they need a very big general who will come with the police to enter the building and take these diamonds. I had to set up a trap for this guy. Until we managed to agree in communication. I used to call him General Mavundla. You know, to my surprise, not Mavundla, Kumar.
Oh, General, yes.
I used to call him General Kumar.
Yes.
So when we agree to terms, I'm scared because I don't know what's going to happen. Who is he with? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then crime intelligence was on the floor.
Right.
Flying squad, Brixton, and the whole flying squad unit was there.
Right.
You understand? So to my surprise, I sat with this guy inside KFC there in Joe Slovo Shell Garage. In Joe Slovo, there's a KFC, there's a Shell Garage.
Okay.
We sat in KFC. The guy you can see is general, is even escorted, like you can see the gentleman sitting next to me. So this guy you can feel is general. General, please. No, I've got business. But I'm so unpaid. Yeah, but I don't know what's going to happen next. Yeah, but
Right.
so me like, General, no man, I've got operation. It's something I spoke of Velcom. It's in Velcom, but it needs a strong man. He said, oh, don't worry, my boy. How much money is that? That is over 20 million rands with diamonds. They are there. They go, but we must go enter the building. No, don't worry. There's my personnel. Who is he pointing at? Mavundla.
Okay.
Introduce this gentleman as Mavundla. So flying squad is parked there by Ellis Park. You see where Ellis Park is?
Right.
The well, should I say it's Ellis Park? Yeah, it's Ellis Park.
Yeah.
Behind KFC, that is there in Joe Slovo, behind KFC.
Okay.
Where the university is, there's a university there.
Yeah.
You know, where students are always entering there.
All right.
So flying squad is packed there. They will remember it very well. They cannot pretend that they don't know this. I'm sitting.
Yeah. You see, but there's it's KFC. It's there's a university UJ. Yes, and then there's yeah.
There's that
the
there by the
stadium
robots,
is that
behind
side,
next to the stadium, between the stadium and the thing.
Yes.
The cops are packed there.
Yeah. That I know that area very well. Yes.
You understand? So I'm sitting with this guy. I'm shaking. Now I must act big because I'm speaking to the general. I tell my guys, I say, guys, I've got this man. He's sitting here, but I can't touch the phone now because you don't know who's surrounding you.
Right.
Baba, when crime intelligence told flying squads to come in and all tactical teams that were there, I was the one that was slapped to the ground. As they took me down to the ground, Kumalo left. Mavundla ran to his car. He was driving VW Amarok, a brown one. When Mavundla went to his car, of course, I'm still on phone. No, I'm not the one. So I'm scared to say, but that is the one, you know. I'm like, those who come to us say, I'm not the one. He's going out. I was made to sleep on the stomach until that man disappeared.
Was it because they didn't know who they were?
They knew him because they used to escort him. They all called him General. Because the very same person went to Durban, apparently to KZN, and collected some firearms or something in KZN. The guy was all over social media.
Then why did they come to you?
They let him go because they protected him, all right?
Oh, so this now, was just a cover.
This is just a cover. I'm on the ground now. So when I left, when I stood up, I went out and I'm showing the guys because Mavundla was wearing, I remember, a long jacket, a gray one. Mavundla, he goes into the car. He gets into the Amarok. I go with the cops. I said, that's what there's some guys from crime intelligence who came, I think, late. And I showed them, but that is the target. There's the prize. Only to find Kumalo left. Mavundla is entering the car. I say, Valani that Amarok. Close that Amarok. That is the suspect. When they closed these guys, they found an SAPS card. No, with the blue lights in the Amarok. You understand? The guy had blue lights and everything in his car. So when he had blue lights and everything, they find the dockets. The guy had about 8 dockets in the car. And when they searched him, they found that appointment card. Then he had the business card of Bekicelo of SAPS. You understand?
These are all the things that are recovered in the car.
In that car. Operation continued. We went into Brixton, Flying Squad Parkade. It's there where we went and they interviewed him and they said, who are you? And they went to his house, they found about 300 dockets. When they found the 300 dockets, Mina saying, Yasaba Pera, I must disappear now. But I went with them as far as Mavundla's house. We entered, these guys were taken away, Mavundla.
Yeah.
I don't know where he ended till today.
Yeah.
But my concern is one. I was made to run after this man for 3 months at my own expense, my own resources. Only to find that I'm going to be tortured again and the suspect must get away. Later, sometime, this Kumalo guy was declared to have been arrested in Yeovil. You understand?
Okay.
So somewhere in Yeovil, he was then arrested. Boom, 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 6 months down the line, Mavundla is dead. Not Mavundla, Kumalo is dead.
Okay.
Pierre somehow...
And this Kumalo is the one who was arrested in Yeovil again.
Kumalo, yeah, this Kumalo is okay. Same guy that was arrested in Yeovil.
In Yeovil, right. Is the one who's now dead.
He's dead.
Okay.
I'm not sure whether he's dead or buried. I don't know.
Okay.
But why I'm bringing this case, what kind of, evil stand to take innocent person like me, you put me in that, it means you don't care what happens to me and my family. You understand? You achieved what you wanted to achieve. Now, I must run after crime intelligence. Then what I did, I compiled reports. I write to inspectorate of the police. I wrote email. I'm like a madman, my brother. If you to see all my emails, documents, even as much as they took my laptops, they didn't take what I hid. I can tell you the files I still have. And as you can see, the team is here automatically. It's something that we discussed that we have to stop crime in this country. And if the police or some politicians are part of this thing, we are not going to be clean and safe and secured.
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah. So my plea still goes to the National Commissioner to say, intervene.
Though our channel is small but still growing, I am sure they will intervene, and I hope they will intervene. As a citizen, I put my trust in them because what you have is really worth looking at, and the legitimacy of everything is very clear. And I hope they do reach out so that we can we can get all this sorted out. But I'm still saying, wow, I am shocked.
This as we go forward, I would like to share more sensitive information with the relevant platform.
Yeah,
there should be action taking place by the law enforcement.
Yeah,
but as we sit in, those who are involved, they are saying there should be action to be taken against Musa Kumbe.
Yeah,
Musa Kumbe keep on saying, if you are an official, an honest one, I'm waiting. They don't have to waste state resources.
Yeah.
We are tracking him. We are doing X70. We are doing this on him. 205, monitor him. Cyber, you are wasting your resources. I'm here.
Yeah.
What I can do, you give me a venue, I will visit you.
Yeah, because this platform that we have right here, it's more of a community type of platform. Yeah. There's a bigger level where you need to be with bigger authorities, that can take these matters to bring justice to the matters that you are bringing in here. Because what you have said is just too much. I think me bringing it to light has just been a tip of an iceberg, if I may put it so. And if they can just reach out and communicate with you.
Firstly, I remember people coming forward saying they're coming to communicate, and they were all fake. Let me give you the funny one. Me and the handler, we met with some guys. There's nobody I haven't met. Like, I've met big guys, bro.
Yeah.
I've met big guys. I've met big guys in the police.
And I think you mentioned one when I asked you about Mr. Kele, about if you did.
I've got the number for the PA of Kele.
Yeah.
The former PA or the PA, because he's no longer in office.
Okay.
And Umzwile, you heard, he says he's on pension, he's got nothing to answer. But
yeah, I had that statement actually.
Yeah. So what pains me is that the PA, there's no way that I didn't receive my message.
Yeah.
The PA is forever. Let me see where is my phone? I want to see if I still have the PA of this woman. If I have any phone that I can check. Any phone next to us? Or there's that one there. Please pass me that phone.
Yeah, bring that one.
I've got proof of all this communication here. You know, I remember sending her lots of messages. You know, before that, even the Minister of Police, they called a gentleman by the name of Mubiane to come and interview me. I was even, the time of Paul O'Sullivan went to hit his house. What's his name? What is this national commissioner? I even met with him and I told him, so all they do is, they are not willing to listen. And I'm saying, I know I'm going to die. I know death is real. This is my country. This is our country.
But should we be talking about death when you are talking about matters like this and being scared that somebody will be coming to kill you, whereas they could just meet you and then take what you have? If it's legit, then they go ahead and prosecute or maybe take further steps with it than talking about death. Is that where we are in South Africa today? Like, is that where how we should be talking that I'm putting my life out there that somebody is going to kill me today? Is it really where we are today?
I remember at the PA assistant head of Begitele was Mabatu somewhere. Then there's a Sharon, she was the PA of Begitele. Sharon, she is, look at this.
Yeah, I won't read it out, but I'll just say Sharon Minister Kele's PA. Okay, yeah, I see it.
If the real cyber works, let them investigate.
Yeah.
So these allegations is not to destroy or to cause havoc.
Yeah.
But we are tired of being led and being abused. My brother, I've been abused for years.
Yeah.
I've worked for this country for years. And I've been abused by the same country. You understand?
Yeah.
Where they think because I'm not, look, I'm not a SAPS member, bruh.
Yeah.
Being a source or an agent doesn't make you don't have to be a SAPS member. You understand? So if you look at it now in ad hoc committee, they're asking you, have you ever been a member of SAPS? There's no police and intelligence without a public service, a public servant. You understand? If the public don't go out, that's why the CPF police. No, they are not police.
Yeah.
And go and look how much of CPF who now took over the police job and committing crime. With blue lights because they've got access to everything of SAPS. No wonder you see private sector growing so much. Private security is increasing in numbers because people are losing hope in the national security.
I hear you.
You see? So we are not here to compete with SAPS or government. Government is government by the people, and government of the people must always be legit and respect the people. You understand? Yeah. There are lots of things, my brother. These are just, some few things we are touching.
Yeah.
These are few things that we are touching. There's something far bigger than this.
Yeah.
I want to declare that I only fear God. I only fear God. Yeah. I fear Allah. Allah is the only Lord I have. Because what He taught me in my culture and my religion is وَلَا تَخَافُ شَيْئًا إِلَّا اللَّهِ. In Arabic it means don't fear anything worldly except Allah. Do not fear what they'll do after you. Let Allah deal and clear the path on my behalf. Yeah. I'm nobody, but I'm somebody who believes my Lord is watching.
Yeah.
You understand? Allah Ta'ala is watching. My God is watching. My angels are watching.
Yeah.
If this is the time and the date God wants me to die, it is His command. A person who shoot or kill or come and kidnap me again, and I die, I'm a martyr. Yeah. I'm not just a dead person. I'm someone who died fighting injustice. Yeah. And who's being honest to the country.
Honestly speaking, I though I don't believe that is what we should be talking about now, because I don't think South Africa should be where we are, when we speak the truth or expose the truth, we should be talking about death or who's going to kill me. There are cases which we mentioned last time that we are going to talk about, but we felt it necessary that we legitimize who we are. We legitimize the topics that we talk about, and because you cannot be talking about some cases and then people don't even know who you are, and they don't even know your experiences. They don't know who you talked to, because look, coming to the public, it's easy. You can just come to the public. All right, fine. But did you talk to the necessary authorities? And you answered that, yes. And did they do something about it? They didn't do anything. Hence, you are coming to the public and saying, this is what I have. And I don't understand why nothing was done to it. You understand what I'm saying? Because, look, one point that I can mention out is that we have the ad hoc committee right now, which started somewhere. There was a story that was told before, and then everything was developed. I'm not going to get much into it so that I do not dilute anything, but it was developed. And things are happening. My question is, you started a long time ago. I think I mentioned this in a previous interview where I said I saw you on UJJ Tabani's television. Interview. Look, say you started a long time ago. What I couldn't understand is that everything that you mentioned, some of them are being handled right now, which now they are being handled when they are being talked by somebody else. What happened when you talked about them? And you had so much information on those things, even more. You understand what I'm saying? And now if you had 10 things, now they're dealing with 3 things which were said by someone else. You understand what I'm saying? Why didn't they deal with them when you were talking about them? I think that is where we are with as Gritty Bold Vanguard. You understand what I'm saying? We called you here based on that. Now, with the time that we have, we are about to close, but I would like you to say something on that, because honestly speaking, we can show all documents, we can show all evidence, but if no action is being taken on everything that we do, that makes me worried as a South African. That really makes me worried.
You see, the problem is with political influence and involvement. People tend to lose unity, love, and respect. People tend to be tribal because they think a leader who belongs to that tribe. In political desk, people, they choose each other by numbers, not by qualities. Politically, you can see someone being appointed, being a councillor or mayor or premier, but they are drunkards. But previously, or in a kingdom in glory, a person is chosen to be a leader by morals, ethics, and conduct, qualities. Now, you can't use that in a democratic governance. But at the end of the day, we still have to respect the country we live in, because we are living in a democratic system.
Yeah.
So we can't be above them. We will still have to engage with them as much as we can.
True that.
We'll still have to see them coming forward, then team up with a community to fight against such. And then I can say money is the power. Whoever has money these days call the shots.
Yeah.
You know, it's painful to see that somebody underestimate a person at the robots, not knowing that person is an engineer.
Yeah.
So people, they look at me, they look at things that they see in me, they decide to conclude, and some of them being handlers, they think you are more smarter than them. They sit in their offices, they start believing in each other.
Yeah.
Remember, subs, they sit around the table.
Right.
The politicians, they sit around the table. But once they conclude that this person is a double agent, you cannot be trusted, they conclude to that because it's majority. You know, if you remember lastly in the previous things, I said, one truth can destroy 1,000 lies. Once you are truthful and you die with the truth will remain the truth. You understand? But the problem is where I'm supposed to be seasoned. Why should I be seasoned? Because the president so-and-so is there and I think he'll make me rich. I don't care about his money. I don't care about his office. We care about the government that we selected for the people. And the government is not doing us a favor to fight crime.
Yeah.
The government is not doing us a favor to stop and secure our country. You understand? It's a must. It's a must that they said that we secure our nation.
Yeah.
So with that, I'm asking all departments of security in this country to start stopping being biased, selfish.
Yeah.
If you see that your officials are captured, clean the system.
Yeah.
Take them off the office.
Yeah.
You understand? So with me, my brother, this is a high-risk interview. I'm proud because I've been crying for years and I vomited to my nation.
Yeah.
You understand the fact that the people, they've heard me. I am proud that it's done.
Yeah.
What comes next only God knows.
Yeah.
But there's more and more and more and more. My brother, listen, there's more and more and more. Unless God takes my life, there's more.
No. I'm grateful for you to say that, because we are working tirelessly.
There's more.
We are working tirelessly to get more time from you, say, so that like we get regular time from you, because so that all of these issues and cases and we just get to deal with them as decisive as possible, because I believe, unless I'm wrong, because I trust my government, I trust my state organs, I trust my security which is there, and I feel like when somebody like you is there, they can take action. I can be wrong, I can be right, but that's not the point. Nobody can claim that I have 1, 2, 3, and 4, which need to be handled by either the intelligence or the police or whoever or the commissioner, and then nothing happens, and then I can stand proudly and say I'm safe in my country.
My brother, to come in there, it's painful because our normal citizens, they don't see outside the borders of this country. They don't see the enemies that are flocking in this country. They don't see the threat we have by global network. They don't see the risk they are putting the citizens into, our people into. So our South Africans should stop being self-centered. I'm saying it again.
Yeah.
Knowledge is the power. Before you can talk, make a research.
Yeah.
Find out.
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah. Try to understand what is the purpose of this thing here.
Yeah.
You understand? I'm not going to entertain individuals. One will phone me on the side. Hey, brah, give me evidence. Hey, maybe can you explain at this time and this year? I'm not at that stage.
No, that's just not how it works.
I'm not going to entertain anyone of that kind.
Please.
So all I want, can we all be unified, be organized, stand as a South Africans, stand as the people, and say we can't live with animals and dangerous society or dangerous people. We are hostile in something that we can prevent.
Yeah.
But what makes me angry and sad mostly, the system failed me.
Yeah.
My brother, I listen, man. Look, in Kenzile, I bathed this morning before I came here. I brushed my teeth. I drank water. The last time I remember, I'm still normal.
Yeah.
I've never been diagnosed of mental disorder.
Yeah.
You understand? So for those who are able to label and just judge others, they are insane or their mentality is not stable, I suggest that we need to empower and train them to learn from there. Yeah. So I'm suggesting, my brother, please do on your site as well, spread the rumor or the news to the right portfolios where these people can engage with the society, with us, and then see to it how we can save our country.
Trust me, I'm going to do that. I am going to do that. And besides me doing that, I've also seen some of the viewers who are loyal to our channel saying the same thing, that they need to spread and send the message to the right people so that they can listen to what we are saying and see what can be done with this. You understand what I'm saying? But trust me, I'm definitely going to do that. I think that would be my most powerful last statement, and saying as a South African, I think it's important to do so. It's important to do so.
No.
And I humbly and gratefully thank you for your time. And I see Umama is still there, but thank you so much for your time, for coming through. And the gentlemen who are here, thank you for keeping them safe. Look, we all have to do what we have to do to be safe. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm grateful to the gentlemen for their job. Ntate Gumbi.
Yes, sir.
Until we meet again, I want to thank you, because we still have those. I believe our viewers, they're waiting for those topics that we talked about. But today we just had to legitimize everything that we talk about, which for me, I also think it was important for that, so that we don't just say this is Mr. Gumbe, he's talking about 1, 2, 3, and you understand what I'm saying. So just say goodbye to our viewers, and then we will catch them next time.
Thank you very much, viewers, to have observed and listening to us.
Yeah.
We may not be seeing things the same.
Yeah.
You are entitled to your opinion, but please go out there, learn community safety, defend yourself. Know that this country needs all of us to work as a team. I thank you so much. And I wish my government can also do the same and honor us all. Not only me. There are many people maybe out there who has gone through the same path, who has seen injustice, and who are bitter. You know, so I think those who are just like me, I know some of them. Because when I went to JJ Taban, many of them called me. They called me, same people who were trained, the same background, said. And then I had to look into it, how I can handle this. And I'm still handling it with calmness to myself, to the country, to the community. We need peace and stability. We need respect. We need unified country.
We
so
do.
I thank you very much, my viewers, or our viewers. Should I say our viewers, because we are many in here?
Well,
so,
say our viewers.
We want to say thank you very much for your time. We love you so much.
Thank you
so much. And
thank you so much.
Can you all pick up from now? Thank you.
No. This is powerful, and I really want to thank to those viewers who've been commenting, who've been passing their messages, who've been calling us, who've been telling us everything that, listen, Sebastian, this is what you need to ask. This is Sebastian, this is what you need to do. But I want to thank you, because all of those who are commenting, we can see you all, and we will get into all of those things. But what we needed to do, like I said before, we needed to legitimize everything that we talk about, so that you know who you are talking to, and the experience he has, and all of that. And like I said, everything will work out. I'm going to get more time with Ntate Gumbi. I really hope things work out, but I hope so.
No, welcome, sir. I really appreciate it.
All right. Thank you so much, and have a lovely evening from me, Sebastian, and Kriti Bold, Vanguard, South Africa.
Thank
It's
you.
goodbye. Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you.